My name is Elara. I live in a small house. It is far away from a town. Around my house, there are tall trees. They make the place look dark, even when the sun is up. I like to sit by my window. I watch the leaves move. Sometimes I see small animals. They run and play in the woods. I don't go to town very often. It is a long walk, and I don't have many reasons to go. I get my food from my garden. I grow many things. I have tomatoes, beans, and carrots. I also have fruit trees. They give me apples and pears. I like to read books. I have many of them. They are my friends. I read about faraway lands. I read about brave people. I read about things that make me dream. Sometimes I read the same book again. It feels like visiting an old friend. Some people might think I am lonely. They might think I am sad because I am alone. But I am not. I have my books. I have my garden. I have the animals in the woods. And I have my thoughts. My thoughts keep me company. One day, as I was reading, I heard a sound. It was not a sound I knew. It was not the wind. It was not the birds. It was a soft, crying sound. I put down my book. I listened carefully. The sound came again. It seemed to come from the woods. I stood up. I went to the door. I opened it. I looked out. The trees were still. The leaves were not moving much. But I heard the sound again. It was closer this time. I decided to go and see. I walked into the woods. The ground was soft under my feet. The trees were tall and thick. They blocked the sunlight. It was darker here. I walked slowly. I listened for the sound. It came again. It was very close now. I saw something small and brown. It was under a bush. It was a small animal. It looked like a dog, but smaller. It was crying. I went closer. The animal looked up at me. Its eyes were big and sad. "Hello," I said softly. "What's wrong?" The animal did not answer. It just cried more. I could see that it was hurt. Its leg was bent in a strange way. It could not walk. I felt sorry for it. I wanted to help. I took off my jacket. I gently wrapped it around the animal. I picked it up. It was very light. I held it close to me. It felt warm. It stopped crying. It looked at me with its big, sad eyes. "I will take you home," I said. "I will take care of you." I walked back to my house. I held the animal carefully. I did not want to hurt it more. It was quiet in my arms. It seemed to trust me. I felt happy. I had someone to take care of. When I got home, I made a soft bed for the animal. I used some old blankets. I put the animal on the bed. It lay down. It looked tired. I went to get some water. I put it in a small dish. I put the dish near the animal. "Hey," I said, "drink this." The animal looked at the water. It slowly got up. It went to the dish. It drank the water. It seemed to feel a little better. I watched it. I felt happy. I was not so alone anymore. I named the animal Pip. I did not know if it was a boy or a girl, but Pip seemed like a good name. Pip stayed in my house. It slept a lot. I gave it water and small pieces of food. I read my books to Pip. Pip would listen. Sometimes it would make a soft sound. It was like Pip was talking to me. Every day, I would check Pip's leg. It was still bent, but it looked a little better. I hoped it would heal. I wanted Pip to be able to run and play. I wanted Pip to be happy. One day, I was in my garden. I was picking tomatoes. Pip was lying near me. It was watching me. I smiled at Pip. "Look," I said, "I have a big, red tomato. Do you want to try some?" I cut a small piece of tomato. I held it out to Pip. Pip looked at the tomato. It sniffed it. Then it ate it. Pip seemed to like it. I laughed. "You like tomatoes?" I said, "That's good. I have lots of them." Pip wagged its tail. It looked happy. I felt happy too. It was nice to share things with someone, even if it was a small animal. Days turned into weeks. Pip's leg got better. It could walk now. It was still a little slow, but it could walk. I was very happy. Pip was getting stronger. One morning, I woke up. I heard a noise. It was a bark. It was Pip. I had never heard Pip bark before. It was a small bark. but it was a bark. I got out of bed. I went to see Pip. Pip was standing by the door. It was looking at the door. It barked again. I went to the door. I opened it. I looked out. I saw something. It was another animal. It looked like Pip, but it was bigger. It was standing at the edge of the woods. It was looking at my house. Pip barked again. It ran to the other animal. The two animals met. They touched noses. They wagged their tails. They looked happy to see each other. I watched them. I felt a strange feeling. It was a mix of happiness and sadness. The bigger animal started to walk away. Pip looked at it. Then Pip looked at me. It looked like it was saying goodbye. I felt a tear in my eye. "Go on," I said softly. "Go with your friend." Pip looked at me for a moment more. Then it turned around. It ran after the other animal. They both went into the woods. I watched them go. I was alone again. I closed the door. I went back inside. The house felt quiet. Too quiet. I miss Pip. I miss having someone to take care of. I miss having someone to talk to, even if it was just a small animal. I sat by the window. I looked out at the woods. The trees were still. The leaves were not moving much. I felt sad. I felt lonely. I had not felt this way before. I thought about Pip. Where was Pip now? Was Pip happy? Was Pip safe? I hope so. I hope Pip was okay. I wish Pip was here with me. The sun started to go down. The sky turned orange and red. It was beautiful, but I felt no joy. I just felt sad. I stayed by the window. I watched the sky get dark. Suddenly, I heard a sound. It was a sound I knew. It was a bark. It was Pip. I stood up. I went to the door. I opened it. I looked out. Pip was there. It was standing at the edge of the woods. It was looking at me. It barked again. I could not believe it. Pip was back. "Pip!" I cried. "You came back." I ran to Pip. I picked it up. I held it close to me. I was so happy. Pip was here. Pip was with me. I was not alone. "I missed you," I said to Pip. "I missed you so much." Pip licked my face. It wagged its tail. It looked happy to see me too. I carried Pip back to the house. I closed the door. I held Pip in my arms. "Why did you come back?" I asked Pip. "Where did you go?" Pip did not answer. Of course, Pip was an animal, but it was here. That was all that mattered. Pip was here, and I was not alone. That night, Pip slept on my bed. It slept close to me. I felt warm and safe. I listened to Pip's soft breathing. I felt grateful. I had Pip. Pip had me. We had each other. The next day, I woke up. Pip was still on the bed. It was sleeping soundly. I got out of bed. I went to the window. I looked out at the woods. The trees were there. The leaves were moving a little. The sun was shining. It was a beautiful day. And I was not alone. I had Pip. I went to the kitchen. I made breakfast. I made some toast and some tea. I also gave Pip some food. Pip ate it quickly. It was hungry. After breakfast, I went to my garden. Pip came with me. I worked in the garden. I pulled up weeds. I watered the plants. Pip watched me. Sometimes it would chase butterflies. In the afternoon, I read my books. Pip lay beside me. It listened to my voice. Sometimes I would stop reading. I would look at Pip. I would smile. In the evening, I cooked dinner. I made soup. I shared some with Pip. Pip liked the soup. It ate it all up. After dinner, we sat by the fire. I told Pip stories. Pip listened. Days passed. Pip stayed with me. We did everything together. We worked in the garden. We read books. We cooked meals. We sat by the fire. We were not alone. We had each other. One day, I was thinking. I was thinking about being alone. I was thinking about Pip. I realized something. I was never really alone. Even before Pip came, I had my books. I had my garden. I had the animals in the woods. And I had my thoughts. I always had myself. And that was enough. But now, I had Pip too. And that was even better. I looked at Pip. Pip looked at me. I smiled. Pip wagged its tail. "We are not alone," I said to Pip. "We have each other. and we have ourselves. Pip barked. It was a happy bark. I knew what Pip meant. We were together, and we were okay.